Well, well, well. Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program. A new day dawns on John Hall and eclipses the towers, just as we see the new build I've come up with. You all had some excellent suggestions on how to build a fog farm. Thank you very much for all of them. This is kind of my compromise. This is my middle ground. This is how we're going to implement all the different bits and pieces. Ignore the signal towers. They are decorative at this point. We pull them up. So the system is very basic. We've got a couple of these guys over here, the battlefield analysis stations. They are pulling resources through into these splitters. The splitters feed those resources into the relevant towers. They've got a bit of buffer storage in case they need it. It loops round. We can take a total of 30 items this way, and I think that's more than enough, right? I don't think we're ever going to use more than 30 items. We're currently not using these two towers, so they haven't got ships, but you get the idea. We've also got a whole bunch of, boom, laser turrets currently firing, which I think is pretty cool. Look at them. I made them last episode. We didn't really get a chance to check them out, so instead we are working our way through them over here. And as you can see, I don't know, man, there's quite a bit of resource flow going on here. This is almost a mine. And what's incredible about the dark fog mining over other means is right now we are literally, this is free. This is completely free. It just takes energy. And that energy is produced by wind turbines on this planet. So these are literally 100% grass-fed free resources. It's incredible. So let's just take a quick glance at the various layered defenses. I'm going to put these signal towers back. They are here because they massively boost the dark fog spawn rate when they are placed down. So we're just going to put those down and let them boost the fog. I don't know if more than one of them does anything. It seems to do something. This one's idle, right? But this one's running. And then this one was running for a little bit there. I don't know. I don't know which is more idle. I'm not sure. Anyway, it does work pretty well. The defenses are pretty straightforward. We've got a couple lines of laser turrets. In case they get too close to the laser turrets, sometimes the waves do spawn in, especially when there's like a threat wave that's spawned. In which case the regular turrets take over. And if they get past that, then these rack of missile turrets over here finishes off the job. So it's a pretty straightforward system, nothing too fancy. I've expanded the solar belts just so that we got a bit more juice. And I put down a couple of these. This is just a blueprint I was experimenting with, kind of an overkill build of the silicon manufacturing. Right, this is just to make silicon ore out of stone. We don't really have much other use for stone right now, so I figured I'd turn it into this stuff. As you can see, we've actually got two towers working in sequence, and that was the planning blueprint. This is the functional one over here. I will make this available to you on the blueprint drive. It is called Silicon Madness. You're welcome to use it. It's a pretty nifty design, so what it does is bring in 4 belts of, say this is 5, yeah? 5 belts of stone coming through the reed tower. You need 2 towers continuously running to support this thing. That's how insane this is. We then use these pilers. We made them last time, didn't really use them. What the pilers do is double the carrying capacity of a belt. So right now this can store 2 items per tile. Well, nominally 1, right? But they move so quickly that 2 items are present on the stack at any given time. This improves that to 4. So basically you double it, and so you can see we've got 2 30 per second belts feeding into 1, meaning the effective carry rate of this belt is 60 per second. Then I've got them coming out here and splitting, and compiling up. This doesn't actually do anything. This is still a 30 per second belt, it's just more spaced out and using extra energy. You do need to bring another line in to make it work. I didn't know that when I started it, and by the time I figured it out, it was too late. So the input definitely works. It turns a 30 per second belt into a 60 per second belt, but the output does not do so. However, 30 per second is what this was built for, so now it's just sort of decorative, whatever, right? Who cares? Anyway, those are then fed into this thing, which turns it into silicon and ships it off back to Fear. Okay, that's kind of it for John Hall. That's kind of all the updates, really. I also slapped down a super titanium smelter, just because I want there to be a lot of titanium smelting going on this planet. We could probably quite safely do all of our resource refining here. It'll be fairly easy to get energy on this planet. Simply because of the amount of wind power we can generate. But wind power is also very space inefficient, so I don't really know what the purpose of this planet's going to be beyond what it's currently doing, but I do know what the purpose of this episode is going to be, and that is going to be that lad right over there, Froshi. We need to get over to Froshi and steal all of the silicon we can get our hands on. In fact, you know what? That would actually be a pretty good use for this spot right here, wouldn't it? We can pick up all this, because this was just planning. Where we go over to Froshi, right? Hear me out. And we grab all, and I do mean all, of their silicon. And then we bring it over here and smelt it up. Ooh, yeah. I'm not realizing I could have just switched recipes on that. You know what? It's fine. I might actually have an endgame blueprint for this. I do. 90 silicon per second right over there. That's a bit ludicrous, isn't it? Let's stick this right over here. Does that line up? That lines up, I think. We put that right over there. That's gonna get a whole bunch of silicon brought in and smelted up. Put that right over there. Let's go build it. And I guess I want you to remotely demand silicon ores. Yeah, we'll just grab a couple of these and tell them to bring it in. Maybe we do our smelting on this planet. Why not? Also, yes, the planetary base has now hit level 9, meaning we have access to the next tier of goodies. So we got silicon crystals, we got electromagnetic turbines, we got processors, we got photon combiners, titanium crystals, and graphene. And I'm collecting all of them because all of them are very useful. Alright, we do not presently have much in the way of silicon smelting available to us. So we got this little build and another one, but we will be bringing this stuff in here in due course. I think I want another one here. I think we switch over to demanding ore here rather than requesting it, rather than supplying it, I mean. Ooh. Okay, food for thought, food for thought. Regardless, we need to head home, pick up some more towers and whatnot, pick up all of our bits and pieces, and then go commit some crimes. Also, another core did attempt to land on this planet and has kind of been yeeted out of here, as you can see. In fact, the relay has been booted as well, it seems. So let's go drop a geothermal generator down on that. We got fairly lucky in that the enemy tried to land right next to our turrets, but I have a feeling they could become very annoying very quickly. They're not really seeming to bother me any other way. I don't really know when it is that the fog decides that you're worth the trouble to go and fight. I don't know what the threshold or the trigger is, but they don't seem to quite yet be interested in bothering us. I will take the free 17 megawatts though, thank you. As for power on our new planet, we'll do the classic basic solar build, but we're also going to do something a little different. We're going to be using these ray receivers, and I think we're going to be grabbing some of these, the EM rail ejectors. I'm going to be putting all of that to the test. I think this is going to go either really, really well, or we're going to die horribly in a fire. Man, that dark hive nest is looking pretty dang scary. Dark fog communicator, huh? Wonder what that does. Okay, I am going to colonize... Oh, God, I hit the ground pretty hard there. Oh, shit, run away, boys. Run away! We hit the ground pretty hard over there, but oh my goodness, look at that silicon. Delicious. Delectable. Quickly turn the missiles on. Why are you running? We are not going to farm the fog on this planet. I am simply going to be pushing them off. There are how many... Sorry, excuse me. How many bases are there on this? Oh my god. Alright. Okay, so that is our solar tile blueprint. I think it's time we expand this a little to do a few extra things for ourselves. Why don't we? I think I want this. This is 3 tiles back to back. I think I want this to also incorporate defenses now. Specifically missiles. So we'd have one we put down when we land on a planet, right? That's going to be like our hub. So we'd have one there and one over there. And we can actually run them right in there. That's perfect. And then on this side, I want these things. But these don't have the cannons input yet. Damn it. Okay, what would we be bringing in here? We would be giving you these. We'd be giving you these 100%. 50% range is fine. I would want you to bring in missiles, insofar as it is possible to do so. I would want you to bring in bullets, insofar as we make them. I would want you to bring in emergency power supplies. That's definitely something we'd want, right? Which would be in the form of these, probably. Just like 500. And we can fit power poles between the turrets. That's awesome. We are building threats, so let's go ahead and send these machines out to go and request all this stuff so we have access to it. Then we wouldn't really need this, would we? No. Gotta make this tileable. We won't have this many machines, obviously. This is just to get the spacing right. Okay, so I grab you, and would you fit there now? You got too many belts. You got too many belts. Okay. So then, hypothetically, I could put this over here, and it would work. Yes, that would all link up. Oh, baby. Okay, okay. And that's actually fine that this one is in the way, because we're going to put mining machine there anyway. I'll call that my landing power tower. Okay, then we'd stick it down here again. Perfect, it didn't build the tower. Okay, because now we're going to make another blueprint. Okay, obviously this isn't ideal because there's so much stuff missing. But we would also make another blueprint where all of this is in the right place for a change. And then that protects the equator ring. Oh, baby. It just kind of has to link around the entire planet to work functionally. Okay, good to know. Okay, so let's put down this one. And this is where we're going to copy the actual final blueprint from. Well, actually, you know what? Rip it apart. Let's just make a blueprint, and then we'll paste it properly. Okay, but then that would then be the equator band, right? Equator defense. Yeah. Yeah, it's all coming together. Saved. Okay, fantastic. So now we have a tileable equator defense blueprint, and we've got a bunch of fog about to come and find out what it means.
To die.
Oh, you know what we do need to incorporate in that blueprint is a battlefield station. Because we could just do that and then fit it in right there. And that would cover that. Okay, no, that's going to be the new one. Uh-oh. Alright, well, the dog fog is very much probing these defenses, Equatorial or otherwise. And yes, it looks like we are indeed marching towards one of them right now. Well, keep it moving. Okay, blast him. Finish him off. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to let this one shoot at the upper air as well, which is going to push up the space threat, I'm aware. Okay, maybe I'm not. 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 I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to have offended you. I'm so sorry, ma'am. I'll just be on my way now. Oh, God. Okay, at least the rockets have AoE. Okay, fill the core. Get him out of here. Okay, for this one, we might need some lasers, too. I don't know. I don't know about you. I think we might want some lasers. Oh god, oh god, I'm being shot. I'm being shot. A little bit shot. A little bit shot. A little bit shot, a little bit murdered. They'll never hit me. They'll never hit me. Shoot them over the damn horizon. Call me Angelina Jolie the way they be wanting me. Okay, turret creep. Get in there, boys. Get in there. I got extras. Oh god, I'm being shot. I'm being shot. I'm being shot. That's not allowed. Not allowed to shoot me. Not allowed to shoot me. Okay, we are taking out elements of the base, though. Okay, laser turret creep. Little expensive, but effective. Oh, what am I doing? I'm so stupid. I could literally just do this. Get the missiles involved. We got backup, baby. We got backup. Okay, and then I can drop you right over there. It's free real estate. Get out of here. Done. Okay, we are going to run out of what's it called? Solar panels right now, but that's okay. I'm going to put down an interstellar station right there, and another one right over there, and these are going to export ores from this planet. Okay, then we need to just build a segment of this that only has the power poles and, there we go, and turrets. And we can use that to ramp the distance, because I am out of solar panels. Well, I suppose we could still use the wind turbines, right? Why not? Okay, very nice. Now, then at some point I can just come back and redo it all with the solar panels when we have them. And since we're bringing power down the line, let's go ahead and steal some to mine up the silicon. And I'm out of everything, huh? There you go, have some more belts. Oh wow, right at the end I ran out of missile turrets. Incredible. Okay, but we have completed the loop. Fantastic. Now on most planets I think I would actually go down and I would stamp this, I would stamp 2 of these on opposite sides of the planet just so that the loop wasn't only refreshed from one point. That's going to be definitely a weakness. But I think we've got enough missiles just sort of loaded up in capacity that we're going to be fine. Alright, excellent. And our silicon is flowing, which is a really, really good sign. That's kind of what we came here for, so you love to see it. Then, okay, then what? Well, I want to get rid of all this stuff. We'll come through once we've cleared out the fog, and I think we'll leave the fog over on John Hall, the fog farm, that is, because it's set up, and I think we're just going to fight our way through these hives. So let's do that. I think, if I understand correctly, that every single missile turret on the planet should be able to target using these things. I don't... Yeah, that appears to be the case. Oh my god, incredible. Okay, so once you build one tower belt, you basically wipe out the fog on the planet. Oh my god. It's art. Yeah, okay, so... yeah, so definitely missiles are the way to go. Any doubts I may have had have been assuaged. Alright, we'll mine up everything off camera in a second. Let's just go ahead and see what... Oh my fucking goodness. Okay, alright. Oh man, yeah, I'd say we've probably figured out how you take over a planet from the fog. Yeah, so listen, all my concerns have been assuaged. Also, level 10 over on John Hall. Let's go. Yeah, I think we're gonna have not too much of a problem taking this planet. Turns out this is a pretty solid strategy. So this is the most developed base on the planet right now, which makes it very tempting to try and farm. But no, I need to I need to ration my CPU. This game gets very big very quickly. I've been taking my sweet time to explore the mechanics and build everything as well as I can. But yeah, no, this game does get very large very quickly, and soon we're gonna have an interstellar trade network running, and I don't need to be spending precious CPU time on fog farms that make... I mean, because like once we go interstellar, like resources are functionally infinite anyway. It's really about throughput. All right, well, I think we pulled the plug on these poor boys. This I want to see. Hold on, let's see if I can get a screenshot of this going down. Okay, so if I put this, I'll put this over here, right, which is going to get me some of the missiles, and then that's going to get me all the way into the last of them. All right, but I got to be quick with the screenshot on this. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, we got to put down the tower. Wait, shit. I goofed everybody. Okay, I think I got something interesting. We'll see. I'll send them all to Magic, and you let me know if I got anything cool. That's gonna be a bit of a challenge to do. Might have to crack out the old multiplayer mod to really get a good photo of all that. But anyway, it's done. It's done. The beast is slain. I don't think there's anything left. Yeah, core was destroyed, so now we can... we basically starved the fog up top for matter. It's just the farm that's currently feeding the main hive, which means that they're probably going to aggressively push out now. I don't actually know how their behavior works, but I do know we just whooped their butts. Alright, I'm going to go through and mine up every bit of dirt on this planet, and then we're going to go back and get purple science sorted out. Something I just noticed about this system in general is that it has basically no iron in it. Yeah. That's actually a major problem. I hadn't noticed that before. But cause I figured there'd be iron on this planet because there was barely any on the other. But no, we got lots of copper, plenty of titanium, tons of silicon, lots and lots of stone, more stone than we could ever want. But we've got no iron. Oh, shit. We actually are on a bit of a clock here. Okay, in that case, we got to be careful how many solar sails we send up. So solar sails are made with graphene, which does not require iron, and they're made with these things which do require a little bit. 2 iron. Okay. Well, half an iron. No, 1 iron. So 1 iron is 1 solar sail, basically, in practice. Actually, no, half an iron is a solar sail. So we got to be careful about how many we put up there. That we allow to decay, that is. We can put up as many as we want, as long as we actually end up building them into a superstructure. Oh yeah, that's right, you get to build, you guessed it, Dyson spheres in this game. I think getting there in 6-7 episodes is pretty good. We're not quite at the Dyson spheres yet, that's a little ambitious. We're a couple episodes away from that. But we can build the swarm today. In fact, that's exactly what we're going to do once I'm finished putting down all of these. Alright, fantastic. Despite the game alleging that there is 700,000 silicon unaccounted for in our not yet planned tab, I can't find that 700,000 per se. Oh, look at this. Look at this. New contenders to the throne. We should probably go deal with that. I wish there was some kind of notification that a threat has landed on a planet. That, like, nothing pops up. I really wish something would be so kind as to please pop up, because, yeah, it's a bit annoying. Find out that the enemy is there when they attack you, right? Well, I suppose we do get another free 7 megawatts, so it's hard to complain. Oh wait, no we don't, because I'm out of machines. Oh well, build the hole. I suppose we could actually just leave that there, because this thing will just keep spawning them, and then they'll blow it up, so... Yeah, you know what, actually that can just stay there. Anyway, what I was going to say is what we can do now is pop down a railgun blueprint. I don't know if I have one or if we're going to have to make one. Let's have a look. Nah, doesn't look like we do. Okay, cool. So we're going to have to put one together. So what are we going to be building? We're going to be using railguns to make a Dyson swarm, which are these things over here. The railguns fire floating solar sails into orbit, and then we use a pretty nifty little machine. In fact, I'm going to build them right over here. We use a pretty nifty little machine to pull the energy back down. Can I run belts through you now? No. Okay, so we do still have to do this the old-fashioned way. Now, the way you would do this is you used to build a tower just in front of your rail, sort of like this, just in line. I'm going to be blueprinting this. This is why I'm making it so big. Okay, I think we'll make it that size. Alright, yeah, 5 of them seems perfect. Then you would run a belt round the front, and that would come with an inserter. Should be able to just paste that over, yes. Yeah, okay, cool. They're gonna just keep spawning core drillers, and then we just keep blowing it up. I love this. Alright, cool. So that's that. That's basically all I need to do for this. This just needs to have an orbit selected. That's the only thing that matters here. Okay, so you're gonna be selecting one. And I guess we'll just eyeball the belts. Is that correct? So the next one would be on that line. So we actually need one more belt. So that should be correct then. Okay, then we would need one of these in line. And that, of course, is going to bring... Oh, we can move you up. You're going to bring in solar sails. I want to make this not just a tileable blueprint. So like that we can save as like our railgun tileable. And then we'll also save one which is the actual cap for the planet here. But I want to build it out a little bit more. Alright, you will bring in solar sails. Bring in a whole bunch of them, please. Thank you. And let's go place these all down. Alright, so as you can see, the guns have all snapped themselves to attention. Once the first ships arrive with our... Oh, there they are. With our solar sails, these guns should start firing. These ones actually do have... Yeah, they have line of sight. They just need the solar sails. So let's see if this works. Oh, it's going to go that way. Damn it, it's going in the exact direction that cannot see the orbit right now. And then we need to head into here. We're going to pause time, and we are going to edit our orbit over here, okay? So, our plan with this one... so right now, this is just a boring, good old boring circular orbit. I think we're going to delete that. Oh, I want to add an orbit, right? We're going to add it... I love having them at a bit of an inclination. We're going to make it as wide as possible, as close as possible. How do we want to do this? I think we'll go about there. Let's go to about 17... Actually, let's have a quick look. Take me to the map view. Where is Froshi relative to the sun? It's actually closer to the sun. Because if you can get the planet inside the orbital radius of your Dyson swarm, then you can always aim at it, right? So let's make that as big as it goes. I have a feeling we're still outside the orbital plane here, but that's okay. Let's get a nice big, tall one like that. I want to... Okay, we can't delete that apparently. Rude. I would take that and I'd paste it over there. Okay. Cool. So you should now shoot in a cool cylindrical pattern. Or like a off-kilter pattern. Anyway. Alright, let's see if these guys can actually hit it. Oh man, that hive is getting pretty freaking massive. Oh god, we gotta start arming up, dude. Alright, he can shoot. He can shoot. Bang! And there goes our first solar sail. Flying off into the night. Incredible. Incredible. Oh, amazing. Now, unfortunately, we did build this in the winter zone, meaning that only sort of, 2/3 of the poles will actually be able to see what they're looking at. But that's okay. That's okay. Oh, and there we go. The first solar sails are collecting into orbit. Oh, fantastic. And unfortunately, no, the planet is still outside the radius of the Dyson swarm, so we are never going to be able to just aim at it from all angles, but that's okay. That is okay. Oh my goodness, oh my gracious, we've actually gone and done it. And there we go. These are now making it around the edges. And so we are firing like you can't believe. Okay, let's chase them. Let's go see what the swarm shells look like in orbit. Now, while I'm flying over there, there is actually some research we can do to extend their solar sail life, which is what we should be working on right now. So this adds 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then 10 minutes, I think. So adding a total of 20 here. Right now, our solar sail life is 5,400 seconds. That's not as long as I would love it to be. But we are adding more to that with every research. And if you've seen my other series on this game, you know what's about to come. You know the reveal that's about to be shown, but if you haven't seen Dyson Sphere program yet, buckle up, kid, because this is probably my favorite part of the game. None of this is faked. They're real. They're there. Your solar panels are actually in orbit around the planet, and you can go to them, and you can fly around them, and they'll stay there until they decay. Or you lock them into a permanent structure. There we go. Micro-thin tinfoil solar sails. Oh man. Oh man, that's a good feeling. That is a good feeling. Okay, take me back to Froshi. We're going to push out a little bit more of this and then start consuming some of this power. Okay, and there is our polar railgun ring blueprint saved as well. Just might be handy for other planets, right? You know? We don't have particularly many of them shooting right now, but that's actually not the worst thing. Normally, I'd want a lot more of these going out. But what worries me is that these things are just going to decay, right? So, ooh, nice. We got 1,000 solar sails already. Yeah, and that's 500 iron gone. Okay, so something just to be aware of is we are currently producing 37 megawatts with our solar sail. As we add capacity to it, that only goes up, but we can draw down some of that power. Now, how do we do that? We do that using these ray receivers. So ray receivers, pretty nifty little devices. Ray receivers pull power down from a solar sail. Thank you. There we go. There's our milestone notification for it. And we can just go ahead and put a ring of these down. Now, they need to have line of sight on the Dyson swarm. So these are honestly better to build at the poles. And if you've got a tidally locked planet, that can be a real godsend because they're always facing the swarm. Another reason why you want the planet to be inside the Dyson swarm, because then the ray receivers can see it from all angles, right? Whereas right now, part of it's going to be blocked by the planet's mass. Alright, so this thing's trying to pull 20 megawatts. I think that's what they cap out at without research. In fact, we can go ahead and improve that. Transmission efficiency. All this does, I believe, is reduce the rate at which they lose their connection. So these things over here will slowly increase the amount of power that they can draw from the solar swarm, the Dyson shell, whatever you've got going on, just provided that they are continuously exposed to it. So basically, once the planet turns around and these go behind the shadow, they're going to lose this bonus, and all this research does is reduce the speed at which this bonus is lost. Just something to be aware of. I think at higher levels it has more effects. Let's just have a look here. No, it's just the energy dissipation rate, that's all. Okay. Transmission efficiency increased. So right now each of these is making a measly 500 kilowatts, basically the same as a wind turbine for much more money, but that's only because we can't barely pull this much out of it, right? Like, come on. Also, I see the fog has got something complaining about it. Oh my god, the fog is stealing some of my power. Look at that. Okay. So the fog is leeching some of my power. Fascinating. Alright, but there we go. We've got those set up successfully. I'm going to pack up shop over here and go back to the home planet with all these resources, drop them off, and then come back with some solar panels, finish this place, get it all set up and whatnot, and then we'll move on to the purple science production. Before we do that, I think I do want to do my original plan of scaling up production on this planet. This is John Hall again. I think we're going to turn John Hall into our Foundry planet. I think we're going to be importing resources here and then exporting the final stuff. So let's put down a copper smeltery. I think that's a good plan. And we'll put down 2 of them, actually. Yeah. And then I want... This is now using my endgame set menu. And then I want... Oh, first off, I want to take these out. And then I want to take these out. And we're going to have to come back here with a bunch of this stuff. Oh my goodness, look at that flow. That is a lot of rockets. Okay, cool, we're back home. And we are now quickly going to set up the imports on this planet. So right now, we do produce a lot of the iron and copper and stuff that we need here, but we don't need to produce it here anymore. We can now bring it in using the ships. And oh my goodness, look at the ships. They do be flowing. That is fantastic. All right, now I'm hesitant to use too much iron right now. We are, hold on, zoom out. We are currently at 2.5 million. We haven't used too much, and we don't use too much, right? The only constant consumption of iron at the moment is our solar sails. But every time I build something, I have to replace it. Every time I have to replace it, that costs, guess what? You know what? Iron. Yeah, so a little bit scary out here. A major bottleneck we're facing at the moment is the microcrystalline components and CPU cores, but we can start working towards purple science now, I think. We've definitely done enough of the background upgrades. I sort of want to add that in as we go. So we're going to need to learn how to make carbon nanotubes, which are made with graphene and titanium. Well, we can do that right here. It would also be nice to get the miniature fusion plants. Not critical. Deuterium fractionation is something we will have to get into, but I'll probably do that over on Froshi when the time comes. Casimir crystals are something we're going to have to make passively in the background. They are not overly expensive, but they are very slow to make. The miniature particle collider is required to do some of the more advanced stuff in the game. But what we need to be working towards right now is basically everything that gets us up to purple science. So let's keep doing that. High strength, lightweight structure, definitely on the cards. And then we can get the satellite power. That's what I was hoping for earlier. But what I'm really going for is the information matrix, this right here. So there we go, we got particle control. We're going to want high strength glass. And then eventually we can get down to this. Okay, let's set up these builds as they come through. Step 1 though, I do want to finish the solar power tile here. This planet has been struggling with power from the get-go. Okay, nice! We have an official solar band going around the entire planet. Incredible and beautiful. Okay, but we can now make the next piece of our puzzle, which is going to be the very, very delicious high-strength graphene. I believe it is a 3-in 1-out resource, so we will go right over here. Perfecto. And give me some of these. Okay, you will make this stuff. Carbon nanotubes. It's a 2-in 1-out. My bad. Oh, there's where we're making the solar sails, by the way. I've got a build for it. Guess where you can find it? It's not behind your ear. I'll give you a hint. Okay, lovely. We got a couple bands of this stuff. It's not doing too much right now, but it will be doing stuff shortly. Okay, the next thing we just unlocked was Casimir crystals. So let's go ahead and get those made. Casimir crystals are... Okay, so deuterium fuel, by the way, if you're wondering, is made with deuterium. And it's basically an advanced version of these. I don't have access to deuterium just yet. It's very power intensive. So we will get into it, but we don't need to do it right now, so we're not going to. Instead, we're going to make these things, because they take forever, and they take graphene, and I just want to get them cooking. So let's go ahead and drop down a build for that. Turns out I've got one, and it's a little silly looking. Don't really need that much production of these just yet. Casimir crystals are really, really useful for a lot of different things, but we just don't need them in that scale just yet, I don't believe. If I look at the energy matrix, information matrix, sorry. Yeah, no, I just need particle broadband and CPUs. So I want these making, but I just don't need them at that scale. It's not worth it. So we'll just put down a basic 3-in 1-out tower, and we'll just make them in small scale for now. And we can give it a bit of an upgrade. Why not? Okay, nice. Good stuff. Casimir crystals being made. Next up will be the high strength structure, which is a little bit of an expensive one, especially at this stage in the game, but oh well, it is what it is. Again, I don't need this in tremendous qualities, but I do kind of want it producing at full speed, because we're going to need them later, so we might as well make them now. Believe it or not, this only makes 12 per second. I think my only sort of criticism of Dyson Sphere program is that once you've kind of got a blueprint solved, there's not really much incentive ever to go back and refine it, right? Because you just build things in straight lines and then put them in towers. Like, it is just the best system. The one thing that I do love about Factorio over this game is that in Factorio there is genuine incentive to innovate, because you can always find a better way to do with it, and that's true here. But here, you can also just throw capacity at the problem. I suppose you could do that in Factorio. My point's not particularly rock solid here, I'll admit. But I don't know. I just feel like when I'm playing Factorio, I enjoy the process of making blueprints. When I'm doing a Dyson Sphere program, I'm just really grateful I've got the book. You know what I mean? Because so many of them are kind of the same, which both makes the game way more accessible. Super cool design choice by the devs. But at the same time, it also means that you kind of end up with a situation where, well, you just do wish there was a little bit more variety, maybe. I've been setting all of these up for Proliferator, just when and if the day ever comes where we can actually use it. Our power grid would collapse immediately if we tried right now, but that productivity bonus wouldn't hurt, that's for sure. Okay, cool, and we've got frame material being made. Very nice. Got any Casimir crystals yet? Nope, we have bottomed out on graphene, unsurprisingly. Without fire ice, that is going to be a real pain to make. In fact, I think I might just make some more. See, fire ice is so much easier. Okay, but there's particle broadband. We do need more graphene, though, so let's get that set up first. Nice, we've got titanium glass. That's the next thing we're going to be making. Foundation required, huh? Not for long. Hey, we've got a Casimir crystal. Nice. Okay, this one right here is going to make me titanium glass, which is made with... Oh, it's a 3-in 1-out. My bad. I forgot about the water. Stay hydrated, kids. Okay, then we're building a bit of an endgame particle collider mechanism. What are these things called? Particle container? Particle broadbands. Of course, they're fiber optic cables, basically, I think. And we're going to be producing a hell of a lot of them. Yeah, unfortunately, carbon nanotube has bottomed out. No surprises there. And let me guess, what's the problem? Oh yeah, it's probably graphene. And then, surprisingly enough, energetic graphite is the issue? Interesting. I would have thought we would have had a whole bunch of that sitting waiting for us. Where is my oil refining? We do not. We have, I see, hydrogen backed up 1 billion years ago. And now the energetic graphite production slowed down to a crawl. I understand. Okay, well, that's one thing this planet does have, well, not power, or at least not for very long. What it does have is coal, lots of coal, so we can just turn that into the energetic graphene we need. Now, the best way to do this would be to continue our standardization process that we've set up, where we're going to pull coal in here, and we're going to export it out. You know what? Send water out here as well while we're at it. And I'm actually going to do 2 coal stations. We got our first clean coal. Smart coal, even. Green coal, perhaps? Alright, we're back on John Hall, which is just a very funny thing to say, now that I say it out loud. And we're going to put down the last of these lines. This will make our magnetic rings. Currently just making all the basic ingots here. We haven't made steel or anything yet, which we will put down shortly. And then we need to get on to make an energetic graphite as well. So why don't we go ahead and get all that prepped up. Okay, whew, that was a bit of a process, but man, look at that ring coming around the horizon. That's quite an incredible shot, to be honest. But we have successfully now, oh my goodness, bolstered all of our smelting supplies. Pretty much all the basic resources are now being produced over on John Hall, and we've got to go ahead and shore up stuff on this end. What we're really shy on, it seems, is circuit boards, so let's go ahead and chase that particular... Oh my goodness. This is what happens when you don't build with a calculator. This is what happens when you just sort of build by chasing inefficiencies. It's one way to do it. It's the way I always seem to end up doing it, even if I try my best not to. But it's definitely one that leaves you with the lowest hairline by the end of all of it. Lowest hairline? Least hairline? Most receded hairline. World's most receding man. I don't know. Listen, it's 2:01 a.m. You can see right there in the bottom right corner, okay? Okay, this game shames you, and it's not afraid to do it either. Gotta respect that. My god, man, look at the air traffic. Can you imagine being an air traffic controller on this planet? There is a hell, and it looks like this for a very particular kind of person. Alright, but there we go. We now have energetic graphite being delivered to us. Fantastic. Which means that we should see the... Oh, we gotta find the long builds here. We should see all of these kick into life. So yeah, that one is now moving. Yeah, because graphene bottoming out was a result of not having the energetic graphite to make it in the first place. There we go. Okay, yeah, that's producing at full rate. That's what you want to see. Oh, fantastic. There we go. We've made a bunch of particle broadband. Okay, so then all we're really shy on right now is the CPUs, the processors. So let's give ahead and clear a bit more space here. I'm going to put down another one of these electronic circuit builds, just the basic ones. And we'll put that right over there. These can play matchy-matchy. Okay, cool. So that sorted out the electric circuits. Now we got to make the processors, and we are invariably going to have to make more microcrystalline components as well. So we might as well put that blueprint down now too. In fact, for every processors build, I happen to know I need to put down 2 of these microprocessors, or at least produce. So if I want to produce 12 per second of this, I've got to produce 12 per second of this. Rather, 24 per second of these. So we can put that one down there. It's got to go up 1, I think. There we go. And then you can go up 1 as well. Alright, I'm going to call in the troops on this one, get a little bit of help, and then we should see purple science start flowing in. Oh, look at that, perfect. Our Dyson swarm is now providing the other planet with as much power as it needs, which means we can actually start stealing some for over here as well. Definitely a good idea. I'm going to start swapping out these wind turbines for ray receivers up here. Alright, great, but there's no shortage of copper or silicon coming in, and that's just going to give us even more of an advantage in this build. Oh, perfect. Oh, it's absolutely perfect. Okay, I will run a singular line like this, which I wouldn't typically recommend, but we don't really use these for anything else other than making processes, so we can just feed a belt line straight in there. And then this can also be another line, because, yeah, so like the one line brings in the belt from that side, and then this one brings in its own production, and it'll all make sense once it's running. Okay, there we go. That should be running at full production now. Apparently I'm out of drones. Of all the problems to have, this inventory is starting to cause me genuine nightmares. Yeah, my life is the living one. Okay, cool. Processors being made, 12 per second. That looks about right. That looks like it's going fast enough. Okay, where are you going with said processors? Let's follow this drone and see. Ah, you were going to be making more drones, I see. Okay, cool. It will take a little while for all of these processes in various forms to back up enough that we, excuse me, why do I have so many filters in my logistics? What's going on here? I think it's because I use middle mouse button to rotate. We will see this back up eventually, and then this should all stabilize. A lot of these builds are mostly in service of the mall still, which feels a bit overkill at this point, but oh well. Then we need to put down one final piece of the purple science puzzle, which is, if I remember correctly, it'll be here somewhere. Basic tower science production. There it is. Okay, you will make me purples. I have not yet unlocked purples. I'm very good at this game, I promise. Okay, well, I suppose in the meantime we can pull in the required resources. Just 2,000 of each. And we can do a bit more of an upgrade up here as well. We're going to put this right over there and pull out the various bits. Okay, so that would be the next two sciences. This one will be purples. Oh yeah, also we can start doing super labs. I love this. I love this so much. They start going outside the atmosphere. It's the funniest thing in history. Wait, I need more labs. Hold on. I'm not done. The work is not finished. Look how tall it is. Look how tall it is. Art. High art. Thank you. That's one way to speed up research. Okay, I can finally click this button. Perfect. And then I can say you will provide these. Lovely. And we stack them tall. And voila, we've got the purple jam. Fan-frickin-tastic. Right over there. Oh, that took long enough, didn't it? Okay, which means you can finally and subtly request the purple jam. Thank you. Again, I don't really want to overproduce this stuff. We will build a super factory at some point once we have the Dyson shell to really support the industry. This is still pushing it. I think it's still functional. We're definitely pushing the edge of no, definitely we're way past the edge of what this can handle. Okay, cool. Time to steal some from the Solar Swarm. Uh-oh. 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 We're being attacked over on Froshi by the Dark Fog. They seem to have re-established a presence on the planet. Again, I wish there was some way to get notified when that happens. At present, there does not appear to be. So I guess you just gotta cover your planet in signal towers, which is pretty expensive. But we're gonna zoot over there and see if we can repair the damage before it gets too bad. Looks like they're wiping out my polar hub, yeah. Look at this joker over here. Okay, there they are. Caught them. Damn biters. Nibbling on all my stuff. Okay, put it all back. And there come the missiles. That's it, it's pretty effective. Alright, well, I'd love to hear your suggestions for how best to defend these areas. I genuinely don't have any greater ideas beyond just put down one of these towers and see if that covers it all. I'm sure there's a way we could make like a planet-wide blueprint you can just stamp down and then you get perfect all-round coverage, but I mean, is that really fun? Or is that just kind of a gimmick? I don't know, you tell me. So yeah, let me know what you want to see, and I'll make it happen. We do need to put down a few more solar panels over here. In fact, I'm going to continue the ring, just so that we reduce the... oh my goodness. We reduce the requirements on the Dyson swarm on this planet. I'd much rather have the power available back home. And while I'm doing that, I will say my goodbyes. Thank you very much, everybody, for hanging out today. Thank you very much to Magic for editing this one. What a behemoth. This was by far and away the most footage he's received in one go. Easily upwards of 5 hours, I'd say. And we're all really appreciative. Comment section, please. If we could just take a moment to appreciate just how much work Magic does to make these series possible. I mean, I'm sure I'm getting up at like 2 a.m. to record it, but I mean, the man is burning the midnight oil back on his side, and he's fighting power problems at the same time. So genuinely, incredibly appreciative, and we all should be. Thank you very much, Magic. Very cool. And guys, thank you, audience. We will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. You made it to the end of the video. Congratulations and thank you. That puts you in the top 3% of viewers. Here's another video that YouTube thinks you're going to like, and here is a list of all the patron and channel member names. If you don't see yours on there, you can find a link down in the description where you can sign up and support this content directly. If your name is on there, well, you probably already know that, huh? So, what are you still doing here?